Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this election of the Electoral College. With me today are the 5 members of the Electoral College of the Public Entity St. Eustatius. They are Mr. Raymond Richardson, Mr. Elvin Henriquez, Ms. Shahida Fleming, Mrs. Mercedes Lopes Spanner, and Mrs. Raquel Spanner Carty. The election process will go as follows. I have 5 ballots here. This means that St. Eustatius can cast 5 votes in the elections for the first chamber. As we sit here, the provincial states as well as the Keys Colleges of Bonaire, Sabre are also doing the exact same thing as this moment. They are participating in the elections that will determine who are the 75 persons that will make up the first chamber, also known as the Dutch Senate. So we will go right into the elections. I will call forward Mr. Raymond Richardson. You can see the ballot is sealed. There are 13 parties, 13 lists taking part in these elections. Mr. Richardson, I will give you the red pencil. You will take your time and you will cast your vote. Thank you, Mr. Richardson. Mr. Elvin Enriquez. Thank you, sir. And now the Electoral College members seated at the head table will also participate in the electoral process as follows. Shahida Fleming, followed by Mercedes Lopes Spanner, finally by Raquel Spanner Carty. Mercedes Lopes Spanner. Raquel Spanner Carty. Thank you. So we have seen that all 5 members of the St. Eustatius Electoral College have cast their vote. I will now remove the votes from this envelope. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there we have 5 to come over this running.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay. Now we have to open the ballots and we will determine how the voting went. As I mentioned before, there are 13 lists of candidates submitted. The first ballot that I've opened is on list number 5. and the vote is cast for candidate number 13 on list 5, Ensberg Kleikers' second ballot is cast also for D66. D66 candidate number 3, Dietrich, Boris Dietrich. Third ballot cast for CDA, candidate number 1, the lijsttrekker, Theo Bovens. This is the fourth ballot. D66, de lijsttrekker, candidate number 1, Paul van Meenen. Final ballot is D66. That is list number 5, candidate number 13, Dave Ensberg Kleikers. I will now ask Raquel Spanner-Carty to look at the votes that were cast and to check off the validity. And we look here specifically for whether the candidates have correctly completed the ballots by putting the pencil mark, the red pencil mark, within the lines. As you can see, there are no blank votes because all 5 members of the Electoral College did cast their vote by putting a dot on the candidate of their choice. So I will now look to Raquel Spanner-Carty to give the verdict on what we have seen in terms of the votes cast and if these are all within the line.
Madam Chair, all votes are valid.
Thank you very much. All members of the Peace College voted themselves for a total of 5 votes. List number 3 is the CDA, and based on the votes, there is 1 vote for the CDA, and this was on the lijsttrekker, Mr. Bovens, 1 vote. List number 5 is D66, and there we see that the D66 has accumulated the 4 remaining votes in the Peace College, the electoral elections here on Station. The head of the list, the lijsttrekker, Mr. Paul van Meenen, has accumulated 1 vote. Number 1. Candidate number 3, also on D66, Dave Ensberg Kleikers, has accumulated 2 votes. Candidate number 3, Boris Dietrich, has accumulated 1 vote, for a total of 4 votes for D66 in the Electoral College elections on St. Eustatius. So there is no need to go through the remaining list from number 4 until 13. Statia has had the opportunity to only participate with 5 votes, which we have done here today. 1 for the CDA and 4 for the D66. We are presently completing what is called the process verbal, which is the official report for the elections. I'm also required to the ballots, they need to be now properly packaged and placed into a sealed envelope. This is one. One, two, four, five, these will be secured by our census office, also known as our customer service desk, and the public entity city stations, which is responsible for elections. So I want to say congratulations to Stacia for being able to participate in the elections of the first chamber, the Senate. The Senate is the part of the two bodies that make up the Dutch Parliament, and the Senate is the body that makes laws, approves or disapproves of laws. So for St. Eustatius, this is a milestone achievement, and your East Asia Electoral College members have voted indirectly on behalf of the entire population of St. Eustatius. I want to thank you all and congratulations.